So it's 3:30 now. So time to start our special session, special Sunday with Swamiji. So my name is Rachna and I am part of the JK Yoga India team. Hopefully all of you remember me from the orientation session and the introductory class of Bal Mukund when we started off back in August. So on behalf of the entire Bal Mukund team of JK Yoga India, I welcome all the children and accompanying parents for this very special session of today. Uh, do you all know why the session is special today? Do you all know? Yes, I can see some nods.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Because today Swamiji
Because
is in our
Swami ma'am
section.
because coming session. Swamiji is
Right,
coming. Because
right.
Swamiji
Swami
is
because
coming. Swamiji is in
Swamiji is
this
coming.
session.
Swamiji
Okay, okay. Thank you for the enthusiastic response. Yes, Swamiji is coming. He'll be here any moment. Um, so here's a brief of what we will do in the next 1 hour, okay? We will all greet Swamiji, then we will all watch some videos together. The videos are all about you, your introductions to Swamiji. Some of you have also performed to your talents, right? And then we will see some creative homeworks from all of you, okay? And then we will be inviting Swamiji to share his message with all of us. And after that, all the children will have a question and answer session with Swamiji. So if you want to ask questions, you can raise your hand on Zoom at that point, and then remember to keep your questions short. Do not repeat any questions. Don't ask the same questions again, because all of you have your online Balmukund friends from other cities. So please take care of your friends and give them also a chance to ask their questions to Swamiji. Okay. So I'm sure all of you are excited. I could see the excitement in your voices to meet Swamiji. So let me see if Swamiji is here with us. Yes, Swamiji is here. Uh, Let me put him as a co-host. Uh, 1 second. What do I make? Swamiji, I'm just trying to make you the co-host, so 1 more minute. Right. So Radhe Radhe Swamiji, very warm welcome.
Radhe Radhe to everyone. Very happy to meet all of you online today.
Thank you, Swamiji. Thank you. Very warm welcome to this Bal Mukund India online session on behalf of all the children, parents, and the Bal Mukund India team. We've been waiting and preparing for this day for the past 10 days or so. So we are very, very happy and we feel very blessed to have you with us today. So Swamiji, a quick brief on where we are with the Bal Mukund classes. JK Yoga India started off their Bal Mukund online offering in August. 40 children in total enrolled under 2 batches and being taken care by 2 very able teachers, Tulsi ji, who takes the Sunday morning session, and Raga ji, who takes the Sunday afternoon batch. Both the batches have completed 7 classes so far, and we will take you to a tour of what's happening in the classes in a short while. But before that, Swamiji, children are waiting to greet you. So I will unmute the whole class for a few seconds, and they all can, they all can say Radhe Radhe to you. So
Sure.
everybody.
Radhe Radhe Swamiji.
Radhe
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 Swamiji.
Swami.
Radhe Radhe
To all
Swamiji.
of you.
Radhe
Radhe Radhe Swamiji. Radhe Radhe Swamiji. Radhe Radhe Swamiji.
So happy to see so many bright young faces.
Yes, Swamiji.
Everybody is shining and enthusiastic and joyous.
Radhe Swamiji.
Radhe Radhe to all of you.
Radhe Radhe Swamiji.
We have
Radhe Radhe
all
Swamiji.
nice to have blessings.
Right.
My best wishes and
Radhe Radhe
blessings to everyone.
Swamiji.
Okay, so we will now get started. It was very energizing to hear everybody say Radhe Radhe. So, Swamiji, we will get started with our agenda now. We will first be listening to the Bal Mukund students introducing themselves to you. It's a compiled video of about 7 to 8 minutes. So let me play the video.
I am Akshay Kapoor. I am 9 years old. I am from Hamirpur, Himachal Pradesh. In Bal Mukund class, I love story time and meditation the most. Thank you and have a nice day.
Radhe Radhe. My name is Sahiti and I'm studying in class 10 in the Frank Anthony Public School in Bangalore. I like Bal Mukund class because the way it propagates the essence of Hinduism is very much lovely. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe, I am Devyajyoti Handa. I am from New Delhi and I am 10 years old. I am a student from the Bal Mukund classes by Pujya Swamiji, and I like the meditation session the most because it takes me to totally a different world, and I also enjoy the story session. Thank you. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. My name is Kausik. I study in class 2. I study in Frank Anthony Public School, Bangalore.
Radhe Radhe, my name is Vishnu. My age is 12 and I'm studying 6th grade in Chennai. My favorite part of the Bal Mukund is Shloka.
Radhe Radhe Swamiji, our beloved Krishna teacher taught us Guru Mantra and many other shlokas. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guru Namah. My name is Aishwarya Aras. I am 11 years old. I am from Trivandrum, Kerala. My favorite segment in Bal Mukund class is meditation. Thank you. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe, I am Anvita Anil from Calicut, Kerala. I am 9 years old. In Bal Mukund, I like story session. It gives me many valuable models. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe, I am Kashika Vikruti. I am from Chennai. I am studying 4th grade in Sri Shankara Global Academy, Chennai. I like the story part in Bal Mukund class because they teach me more values and they are interesting to hear.
I am Ronja of 10 years. I live in Gurugram. I like Bal Mukund because it increases my concentration and I get to know more about God.
Radhe Radhe, respected Guruji and all Bal Mukund teacher. My name is Chelsea Prakash. I am 8-year-old. I live in Subhash Nagar, Pune and Bihar State. I like Bal Mukund classes as it helps me to learn more about Hindu culture and rich traditions of India. I want to thank God Krishna and all Bal Mukund teachers to take part in such great institution. Thank you. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe, my name is Sharat Vamsi Krishna. I am 8-year-old and I am from Hyderabad city. I like Bal Mukund class very much because they teach me many interesting facts about Sri Krishna. My hobbies are playing guitar and drawing.
Radhe Radhe. I am Athav Kapoor. I am 7 years old. I am from Hamirpur, Himachal Pradesh. In Bal Mukund class, story time I like the most. Radhe Radhe. Bye bye.
Radhe Radhe Swamiji, I am Nishita, I am from Bangalore, I am 7 years old. My favorite is meditation from the whole Bal Mukund class. I enjoyed it a lot. Thank you.
Radhe Radhe. My name is Manish Upadhyay. I am 7 years old. I am from Bhadravati in Karnataka. I love the Bal Mukund classes.
Radhe. My name is Rahul Chaudhary. I am 8 years old. I live in Mohali, Punjab. I like bhajans, stories and meditation so much in Bal Mukund classes. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. I am Sachit from Bangalore.
I'm 11 years old and I love Bal Mukund classes, especially for its Bhagavad Gita slok recitation.
Radhe, my name is Shreyasi Chetan Shravekar. I study in class 4. I live in Mumbai. I like Bal Mukund class because we do various activities. In all activities, my favorite is meditation and singing bhajan. Thank you.
Radhe Radhe, my name is Sumidan Agrawal. My age is 11 years old. I live in Pilakwa. My favorite component is meditation. Thank you.
My name is Suvarna. I am 10 years old. I live in Hyderabad. I am in batch 2. I love Balamukunda classes so much because they are very interested and I love learning Bhagavad Gita. Thank you.
Radhe Radhe, my name is Manaswini. I am 11 years old. I live in Hyderabad. My favorite part of Balmukund is stories.
My name is Karan Kudela. I am 7 years old. I live in Pune. I love meditation because it makes my mind calm and peace for my studies.
Radhe Radhe, my name is Nagapuram. I am 9 years old. I live in Hyderabad. I like stories in Bal Mukunda.
Radhe Radhe, my name is Chaitanya Gupta. I am 7 years old. I am from Gurugram, Haryana. I love meditation and bhajan.
Radhe Radhe everyone. My name is Hansuja Gorentla. I am 7 years old. I live in Bangalore. I like story time in Balmukund.
My name is Mahendra. I am 7 years old. I live in Hyderabad. My favorite part in Balamukund is meditation. Radhe.
Radhe Radhe, I am Raghav Randar from Nagpur. I am 8 years old. I like story time the best.
Namaste Swamiji. I am Mamsi from Hyderabad studying 4th class. I like tax submissions in Balamukund class because I think innovatively about Krishna and write or paint about him.
Radhe Radhe, I am Manushri Hiraskar from Pune. I am 7 years old. I like to recite shloka.
मेरा नाम अथर्व चतुर्वेदी है। मैं 8 साल का हूँ और मैं आगरा से हूँ। बाल मुकुंद क्लास के अंदर मेरे को सबसे अच्छा लगता है मेडिटेशन से मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है।
I am BBJS class 2 Raigad Chhattisgarh. I am 8 years old. I like sloka, bhajan and meditation on a Bal Mukund class.
Lavanya Samantar and I am 10 years old. I am in grade 5. I study in Pilila World of School.
I am thankful to JK Yog for giving me such a great knowledge and wisdom. My gurus are also very inspiring and they also have such a great patience. And my parents are also discovering great behavioral changes in me. The Sanskrit verses are also helping me learn Sanskrit. Thank you. Radhe Radhe.
Okay, so listening to the children speak on what they love in Bal Mukund classes is very, very heartening to know. Sometimes I wish I had Bal Mukund classes when I was growing up. Um, right, so now we'll move on to showcasing some talents from our Bal Mukund students, Swamiji. So these are
Yes,
performances.
definitely. It was such a pleasure to hear all of you, and so nice to see such wonderful children in the Bal Mukund. So delightful. Thanks to all of you for sharing your wonderful love, your inspiration, and your feelings. Do continue.
Thank you, Swamiji. So we'll move on to performances now, Swamiji. These are performances that some children have specially put together for you. So it includes a welcome song, some shlok recitations, a dance, some flute music, a comic strip, a poem on Krishna, and a brief on the topic of Guru. So let me now play the video.
स्वागतं कृष्णा शरणागतं कृष्णा स्वागतं कृष्णा शरणागतं कृष्णा स्वागतं कृष्णा शरणागतं कृष्णा स्वागतं कृष्णा शरणागतं कृष्णा मधुरापुरी सदना मृदुवदना मधुसूदनैव स्वागतं कृष्णा शरणागतं कृष्णा.
Radhe, today I am going to recite the shlok Tvameva Mata. Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Saka Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. The meaning of the shlok is: you truly are my mother, and you truly are my father. You truly are my relative, and you truly are my friend. You truly are my knowledge, and you truly are my wealth. You truly are my all, my God of gods. Thank you.
Today I am going to talk briefly about who is a guru for my understanding. A guru is a role model. He tells us about many things. He tells us also how to live a good life. He keeps us calm and peaceful. Above all, he is a respectful person. An example for a guru is Swami Mukundananda, because from whom we all are studying in Bal Mukund class today. Radhe Radhe.
Chapter 6, verse 32. Atma upamyena sarvatra samam pashyati yo arjuna sukham va yadi va dukham sayogi paramo mataha.
I'm 10 years old. I made this comic strip on little Krishna depicting his immense love for butter. This script shows that even having a lot of butter given by his mother, he steals butter from a gopi's house and gets scolding by her. Thank you, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Swamiji, I am going to recite a sloka. Yo mam pashyati sarvatra sarvam chamay pashyati tasyaham na pranashyami sachame na pranashyati. For those who see me everywhere and see all things in me, I am never lost nor they ever lost to me. Thank you.
Ashnami Prayatatmanaha. God accepts anything which is offered by loving heart. We need not to offer expensive things to please God.
Radhe Radhe. Today I am going to recite a poem on Krishna. At last I find a meaning of soul's birth into this universe terrible and sweet. I who had felt hungry heart of earth, aspiring beyond heaven to Krishna's feet. I have seen the beauty of immortal eyes and heard the passion of the lover's flute and known a deathless ecstasy surprise and sorrow in my heart forever mute. Nearer and nearer, now the music draws, life shudders with strange facility. All nature is white and what pause, hoping her Lord to touch, to clasp, to be. For this one moment lived the ages, for the world now throbs, fulfilled in me at last. Thank you.
Very nicely done, very, very attractive items, very well prepared. So much of culture and talent. It was a pleasure to see your performances. Excellent.
Thank you, Swamiji. So moving on, the final showcase of videos that will be on the Bal Mukund homework assignments that students have submitted till date. So we have covered 3 Kripalu values, Swamiji. So kindness, respect, and integrity. These Kripalu values are covered through some in-class practical activities which the children participate in, and also through some homework assignments that they submit through the week to the teachers. So some of the homework themes which have been covered in the last few classes are one, if Krishna comes to my home, then what will I do? How will I spend time together? Second, if I were a peacock, then around Krishna, if I were a peacock around Krishna in the rain, what would I do? Third, a passage on enchanting form of Krishna and enlisting some names of Krishna. So on numerous occasions, both our teachers, Ragaji and Tulsiji, have told me that all homeworks they receive are very well drafted, either in writing or through a sketch, drawing, etc. I can very well imagine that both teachers are having a great time reviewing homeworks and appreciating the creativity of our young minds. But in the interest of time today, we will be displaying only a few samples. So this is the last video for the day.
I'm studying in class 4. I'm attending Bal Mukund class from 4 weeks. I'm to say about Krishna and my first meeting. When Krishna will come to our home, first I will make him sit in a wooden chair and I will clean his feet with water. Then I dry his feet with towel. I will give prasad, fruits, makhan, green coconut, puri and kheer to eat. After eating, I will tell him to take some rest. Then we both go to our roof. We will play together. In evening, I will offer him biscuit and milk. We will eat it together. And I will study for some time, keeping Krishna at my side. I will ask my science doubts to Krishna. At night we will sleep together. I love Krishna very much. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. When little Krishna comes to my home, I will welcome him to my home. I feel happy on his arrival. I will serve him his favorite food, sweets and butter. We play with my toys. We both sing and dance together. Thank you.
If I were a peacock, this is what I would tell Krishna. Oh, My dearest Krishna, I have come running to you as I heard the melodious tunes of your flute. Look, it has begun to rain. I will dance with you with my feathers wide open. I will offer you one of my feathers. Will you put it on your hair? Oh, kind Lord, always come and visit me.
Lord Krishna is very fickle by nature and is considered the most beautiful of all the gods. His color is bluish and he has a lovely smell. A diamond-studded crown sits on his head with a beautiful peacock feather. He wears yellow clothes and holds a flute in his hands, the music of which is very enchanting. He also wears waist bells called kinkini around his waist and payals called nupur around his ankles. There is a big tilak on his forehead and a baser on his nose. He wears a garland of wild flowers called vanmala around his neck. Lord Krishna is known by many names like Madhav, Govind, Sham, Damodar, Nandlal, Kanha and etc. Thank you, Radhe Radhe.
Once again, very, very devotional. It was very touching to see everybody's beautiful bhakti, devotion, sentiments to God, to Lord Krishna. Thank you so much for the wonderful presentation.
Thank you, Swamiji. So, Swamiji, for all of this, we thank you for enabling the Bal Mukund platform for children across different cities of India. And I would like to take a moment to acknowledge our Bal Mukund organizing team who work hard every week to put together different components of the class together. So I'll be calling out our organizing team members and just putting them on spotlight for a few seconds. So we have Raga ji and Tulsi ji. Okay, Raga ji, I've put you on spotlight.
Radhe Radhe Swamiji.
Radhe Radhe.
Okay, and then Tulsi ji.
Radhe Swamiji.
Radhe Radhe.
Then we have Beena ji. She's part of our curriculum team.
Radhe Radhe.
Yeah, Radhe Radhe Swamiji.
Then we have Gayatri ji. She is also part of our curriculum design team.
Radhe
Radhe Radhe Swamiji.
We have Shubha Lakshmi, more famously known as Lucky, in our team. She's in the video editing department.
Radhe Radhe Swamiji.
Radhe Radhe.
And then we have Saundarya. She's our designer for content visual displays.
Radhe Radhe Swamiji.
Radhe Radhe.
And finally, it's Sukti and me, Swamiji.
Radhe Radhe Swamiji.
Radhe Radhe.
We remain as the overall coordinators for the classes. So that is our back-end team. A quick round of applause for all these team members who work hard in the background.
Very good.
Right. So Swamiji, I'm sure all the children are waiting and are excited to hear your message for them. So without any further delay, I would request you to take over and preside over the session.
Sure. Mannatha Shri Jagannatho Madguruhu Shri Jagadguruhu Madatma sarvabhutatma tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Many of you have expressed that you like the stories in the Bal Mukund program. Some of you have expressed that you like it's teaching you the Hindu culture and the values. So let me start off with a very interesting story that I'm sure you all will enjoy very much. There was a very pious king a few years, 100 years ago. He had a wise minister. Whenever something would happen, the minister would say, "O king, whatever happened, by the grace of God, it was for the good." The king would nod, "Yes, God always does good." Since the king was old, he passed away, and his son, the crown prince, now became king. The crown prince was of modern views. He was not sure whether there is any God or not. And what is the use of doing bhakti or devotion? But again, out of habit, when something would happen, the minister would say, "O king, whatever happened, by God's grace, it was for the good." This new king would just nod, "Yes, yes, yes," out of an obligation. One day, the new king was standing on his staircase and he tumbled down and fell on the ground with a thud. By chance, the minister was standing at the bottom of the stairs. He said, "O king, you have fallen and you have gotten hurt. Never mind. Whatever God does is for the good." This time the king could not tolerate it. He said, "You and your God. Has anybody ever seen God? I am going to ask you 4 questions. Answer them correctly, otherwise you will be killed." The first question: who is God? Second question: where does God stay? Third question: where does he look? Fourth question: what does God do? So I'm giving you 1 month's time. If within 1 month you don't answer, you will be hanged. The poor minister returned home, all confused. He worshipped God, but he did not have the knowledge, the philosophy to answer these questions. He started looking in libraries if he could find an answer, but there was none. The 1 month time started getting over. He was now really worried. A few days were left. He gave up eating and drinking. This minister had a cook. The cook thought, "My master is so worried," and said, "Sir, what is it that is troubling you? Please tell me. I may be able to help." "No, no, no, my problems are my own. Master, I have eaten food in your home. I have a duty to you. Please do share." The minister said, "The king asked me answers to 4 questions. I am not able to find out a proper way to answer them. And that is why my life is in danger. The cook said, "This is a small matter. Send a note to the king that you are appointing your cook to answer these questions on your behalf." The minister said, "In that case, if he does not hang me and you don't answer properly, he will hang you. Don't worry. I am confident it will not happen." So the minister sent a note. The king read it and laughed. Ha, ha, ha. So now a cook is going to come and answer these questions. Let's play along. When he comes, treat him well with royal hospitality. So the cook arrived at the palace. The servants of the king, they gave him a wonderful bath, massaged him in oil, gave him wonderful dress to wear and royal ornaments to put on, fed him a sumptuous feast, and then brought him to the court. The king looked at him and said, "You are the cook of my minister?" "Yes, your majesty." "You are going to answer the 4 questions?" "Yes, O king." "Go ahead." The cook said, "O king, in our land there's a tradition. One who gives knowledge is like the guru. The one who receives knowledge is like a student. If I'm going to answer these questions to you, then I am like a guru. I should sit above and you should sit below. This is the tradition of Bharatvarsh." The king started thinking, even he doesn't have the courage to break traditions or the public will rebel. So quietly he got up from his throne and went and sat on the floor. And the cook came and sat on his throne. He said, "O king, may a black cow be brought to the court." The king instructed his servants, "Bring a black cow." It was brought. The cook said, "Let it be milked." The king said, "Get it milked." So they milked the cow. The cook said, "O king, what is the color of the milk?" He said, "It's white." "What is the color of the cow?" He said, "It's black." "How come from a black cow white milk has come out?" Now the king said, "Are you crazy? It is not the skin that comes out as milk. It is what the cow eats." "All right. Whatever it ate in the last few days, let a little sample of it be brought." The king again instructed his servants, "Bring some sample." Some green grass, some brown hay, banana leaves, chana, chickpeas, this was all brought. The cook said, "O king, this is what the cow ate." "Yes. And from this milk has got created?" "Yes." "O king, is there any scientist, engineer, technologist in your land who is given grass and chickpeas and bananas and can make milk out of it?" The king was silent. The cook said, "O king, your first question was, who is God?" The answer is, God is He who has created this cow that eats such kind of food and transforms it into milk, which is fit for human consumption. No scientist can do this. The king thought, what a wonderful answer. God is He who has created the cow that eats grass and creates milk for human production. The king was silent. Now the cook spoke up again. He said, "O king, in this milk, is there butter?" The king said, "There is." "Where is the butter?" The king said, "Everywhere in the milk." The cook said, "O king, remember your second question. Where does God live? Just like the butter is everywhere in the milk, but you cannot see it. Similarly, God lives everywhere in this world that He has made, but you cannot see Him." There was a lamp lying by the side. The king had become silenced further. The second question had also been answered. He was wondering about the remaining two questions. So the cook got the lamp in front and said, "O king, look at this lamp carefully." The king saw it. "O king, in which direction is the light of this lamp going?" The king said, "It's going in all 10 directions. North, south, east, west. Northwest, northeast, southwest, southeast, up and down." So the cook said, "O king, your third question was, where does God look? The answer is, just like the light of the lamp goes in all directions, God too looks everywhere." The king became further humbled. Third question had also been answered. Now, what will be the answer to the fourth question? The fourth question was, what does God do? In the meantime, the king's minister who had sent the cook was worrying. "I have sent my servant there. I don't know what will be happening. It is possible that by now the king would have sentenced him to be hanged. I have a duty to protect him. Let me go and see." He had gotten out of his home and walked to the palace. And he was entering the palace with his head down in fear and worry. As he entered the courtroom, he heard the booming sound of his cook. So he said, "I'm hearing my cook speaking." He looked up and he saw his cook on the throne. Now the minister was so confused. "I thought the cook will be in trouble, but the cook is on the throne. Is he the new king?" And he looked around and he saw the king on the floor sitting down. The minister could not understand what is happening here. In the meantime, the cook spoke up again. He said, "O king, your fourth question was, what does God do? Look, you, the king of this land, are sitting on the floor and I, the cook of your minister, am sitting on your throne. Who did this? God did this. God is He who makes the impossible possible. So all 4 questions got answered, and the king agreed to forgive the minister. In this story, there is a message for all of us. God has created this world. He has created the cow, but He has also created all of us. So why did God create you? Because He wants each of us to become great and glorious like God is glorious. So the purpose of life is to become glorious like God. And the Bal Mukund class is helping you in that direction. In childhood, you are training yourself. You have got infinite potential. Just like a seed of the banyan tree has the potential to become a huge tree with roots and leaves and branches. Similarly, all of you are little children of God, and your goal is to blossom and flower and to grow to your potential. When you go to school, you receive one kind of knowledge and training which is very useful. But it is not complete. Education becomes complete when you learn how to become a better human being, how to understand the goal of life, how to understand who you are, and what is your relationship with the whole world, and what is your duty, and what are your values. That is why true education is that which makes you a better human being. Our Vedas say, Dve vidye veditavye parachaiva paracha. There are 2 branches of knowledge. Material knowledge to understand the world, and spiritual knowledge to manifest the divinity within you. You are getting material knowledge in school, and you are getting spiritual knowledge in the Bal Mukund class. This balance will help you make your life a great success. So to those parents, your parents, who were inspired to get you connected to Bal Mukund, I like to express my deepest appreciation for their wisdom, for their values, in thinking that this is important for the children. To the teachers who are doing this not for money, who are doing it as a service, as a volunteer, who are taking out their time to teach you all these wonderful things. My deepest gratitude. And to the back end team that is putting together this program and that is helping with all the technology, etc. My deepest appreciation. And to all of you wonderful children who are like little seeds today And tomorrow you will become like big trees. So the fact that you are so sincerely participating in Bal Mukund, my purest and deepest loving affection to all of you. With those words, I will now love to hear your questions and I'll try to answer them as best I can.
Thank you, Swamiji, for the wonderful story, guidance, and never-ending inspiration in so many creative ways. So now the forum is open for children to ask questions. So those of you who want to interact with Swamiji, please raise your hand on Zoom, and we will unmute you one by one. Please do listen attentively. Nobody should be asking repeat questions. And like I mentioned before, please take care of your other online friends who also want to ask questions. Okay, so give a chance to others as well. Right. So Akshaj Kapoor, I've unmuted you.
Radhe Radhe Swamiji, I have a question that sometimes someone teases us in school and we lose our temper, and if we ignore, then he starts teasing us more, thinking that we are scared of him. So how should we deal with it so that we will remain calm and he will stop teasing us?
Yes, the important thing is that everybody behaves in their own way. We have to learn that our anger should remain under our control. If somebody's words anger us, then he is controlling us. He has the key to our emotions. He does this and we become angry. The art to learn is that no matter what he or she does, I don't get angry. That is a person who is the master of the mind. So you must practice, let anybody do anything, I will still remain calm. But sometimes if you don't show any resistance, then people do it more and more. So if required, externally, you can show anger. That is only on the outside. But internally, you should know, I am doing acting. That is the right of the teacher and the parents. Sometimes, for the children's benefit, externally, they will be strict and disciplined. But internally, they know they are doing it to help the child and to discipline the child in good habits. So you have the right to externally show strict behavior as long as internally you remain calm and peaceful. Thank you, Akshaj.
Next we have Karan Kudela. You've been unmuted.
Yes, Swami Mukundananda. First of all, Radhe Radhe. It's the first day of my birthday, and in this time only I have met you. It's the first time of meeting you, and you had made me very lucky in this day. Hey, Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe, Karan. Very happy to know about your birthday. Very, very happy to hear about your birthday, and best wishes and lots of blessings on this wonderful day.
Thank you, Swamiji. So, Karan, many, many happy returns of the day from all of us. Next, we have Chaitanya Gupta. Chaitanya, you've been unmuted. We can't hear you, Chaitanya. We still can't hear you, Chaitanya. We'll just come back to you. Let me move on to Sumiran.
You get your instrument checked, we'll come back to you.
राधे राधे स्वामी जी। मेरा प्रश्न है कि मैं चाहती हूँ कि मैं भविष्य में फुल टाइम गुरु की सेवा कर पाऊँ। इसके लिए मैं अभी से तैयारी करना चाहती हूँ। अतः आप मुझे कुछ कृपा करके मुझे कुछ ऐसे टिप्स और ट्रिक्स बताइए जिससे मेरा चिंतन अभी से ही हरि गुरु का बन सके।
Your desire, she has asked the question that when she grows up, she wishes to engage in seva of God and Guru. So she wants to know how can she practice and train herself like that. So Sumiran, I'm very happy to know of your desire. This is a very, very noble and sublime desire. So it is best to prepare yourself. And how will you prepare yourself? First of all, keep on learning the divine wisdom, the knowledge. This is very important. So you hear the knowledge, you read it from our scriptures, from the Guru, and then what you have heard, you think about it. Hearing is called Shravan, thinking is called Manan. And then do the third one, Nididhyasan, decide, yes, this is it. I am the soul, I am not the body, I am a part of God. He is my eternal father and mother. Develop deep faith in it. And every day you do sadhana for 1 hour. In that 1 hour, you do meditation, you do a little bit of kirtan, a little prarthana, do arti. In this way, every day you practice 1 hour sadhana and take your studies as your present seva to Hari Guru. That right now, your studies is your seva. You are doing it for their sake. So you would like to do them to the best of your ability. These are few tips to prepare yourself.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Thank you, Sumiran.
Next we have Nishita. Nishita, you've been unmuted.
Radhe Radhe ma'am.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Swamiji.
Radhe Radhe Nishita.
Swamiji, I'm not able to remember anything. Tell me what to do.
Okay. Do you remember your name?
Yes, ma'am. Swamiji.
So then that means you remember something, right? You said you're not able to remember anything. The fact is, you remember lots. Everybody has got a certain amount of memory. Now, certain things we don't remember. The problem is not in the remembrance. The problem is in paying attention to it when we are learning. So what you think is important, what you listen carefully, you remember easily. That is why whenever you study, try and keep your mind there. Think, I am doing this. Sri Krishna is sitting and watching, and I am doing it to make him happy. When you do it with great attention, the retention will be automatic. And the second point is revision. Moment we hear something, the next day we have forgotten 50%. After 6 days, we have forgotten it all. That's the nature of the human mind. But if you revise it and then revise it and then revise it, it becomes stabilized inside. So the secret of learning is revision. More you revise, the more the knowledge will become deep and permanent in you. Thank you, Nishita.
Next we have Virat Avasti.
Who created God?
Yes, Virat's question is, who created God? See, whenever I have a children's program, this question always comes up. Why? Because children use the logic, everything has a creator. So if there is God, there must be a creator for God. And who created God? But if somebody created God, then that person will be God. And God is He who has created everything. And He has got no creator. So you will say, how come He can have no creator? Because He has always existed. If there was a time when there was no God, then there was a time when there was God. Then you'd say somebody created Him. But if God has always existed, then the question of anybody creating God is out of the question. So God is He who has created everything, but He has not got any creator. With that, you all have now become philosophers. This is a philosophic question. Yes.
Right. Yes, Swamiji. So Swamiji, quick time check. I see about 8-10 hands more up. How much time can you spend with us more?
Let us see at least 3 questions we can take.
Sure, Swamiji. Thank you for extending. Shresht Paranwal, you've been unmuted.
Radhe Radhe Swamiji.
Radhe Radhe Shresht.
I want to be a writer. What should I do? Please advise.
If you want to be a writer, the thing that will help you is to do a lot of reading. This human brain is such that the more we practice, the better it becomes. So some people are good speakers. Do you know how they became good speakers? How the words come naturally to them? They were good readers. So by reading, you will see always the professors in English are good speakers because they did a lot of reading. So if you wish to be a writer, you do a lot of good reading. There's one casual reading, just comic books, and so do good reading. And then when you read about it, then you practice. So on an everyday basis, you write 1 page. Some days you will get a writer's block. Some days it will be easy. But what will happen? The creative portion in your brain, that will start developing. And by the time you are grown up, you will become a creative writer, a creative genius. It will all happen by practice. Thank you. Shresht.
Thank you, Swamiji. Next we have Shreyashi Prakash.
Radhe Radhe Swamiji.
Radhe Radhe.
Sir, Swamiji, I want to become like God. What should I do?
You want to become like God?
Yes.
Okay, see, Shreyashi, God is pure, God is loving, God is kind, God is wise. So if you want to become like God, you develop all these wonderful qualities. The most important quality is to become pure. How will you become pure? When your thoughts become pure. So try and keep good thoughts in your mind. Thoughts of kindness, thoughts of generosity, thoughts of service. So when you keep good thoughts like this, you will become pure from inside and you will become more God-like. So what you learn here in Bal Mukund, you meditate, you get knowledge, you get inspiration. The aim of all this is to may help you become like God or God-like, to become noble, to become sublime. That is the purpose of these classes. So carry on doing the classes, Shreyashi, with great dedication, and you will find your wish will be fulfilled.
Very inspiring to see such questions coming up, Swamiji. Last we have Rohan Jha. Rohan, you've been unmuted. Okay, I don't see Rohan anymore. I think he dropped. Okay, Abhiram, you've been unmuted.
Sir, how to become improve our willpower?
How to improve the willpower? This is a very important question. For all children, this is important. What does willpower mean? The mind says, let me play video games. But the intellect says, right now, study is important. So willpower means your ability to force yourself to do what the mind does not like to do. This ability is willpower. The more you increase it, the better you will become in studies, in sports, in health, in everything, because you will get more self-control. So willpower is like a muscle. When you exercise, you develop the muscles. Similarly, like willpower, every time you exercise it, it will grow stronger. Every time you neglect it, it will grow weaker. So when you know this thing is wrong, and yet you do it, what happens? Your willpower dwindles. And when you know it's right, but it's difficult, and you force yourself to do it, your willpower strengthens. So with every little act, you can grow your willpower. That is the way you can develop an iron willpower, where the mind will become your servant and not you, the servant of the mind. So always decide what is the right thing to do, and whether you feel it's not giving you happiness or whatever, you force yourself. You will discover, you will develop such qualities that will help you in all aspects of your life. I think there was this one Chaitanya whose audio did not work, right? Do you want to see if it's working?
Sure, Swamiji. Chaitanya, I've unmuted you. Do you want to ask your question now?
Radhe Radhe Swamiji.
Yes.
I'm Chaitanya. When you come in India, Gurugram, I want to meet you.
Oh, yes. Very good. I also look forward to meeting you. So when I come to Gurugram, I will definitely meet you. Presently, I am in Texas in America. I came here 4 months ago. We have got a beautiful temple here and lots of devotees. So my plan is I will be returning in the winter time, hopefully in December. And once this virus situation is under control, then I'll be traveling all over India. When I come to your respective cities, you can definitely come and meet me. With those words, I'd like to thank all of you for this wonderful program and all the teachers and the volunteers and the students who worked so hard to make it of such excellence and quality. My heartiest congratulations and appreciation. Thank you all very much. May the blessings of Jagat Guru Sri Kripaluji Maharaj and Radha Krishna be on all of you, that you may fulfill your dreams, your aspirations, and find great joy in your lives. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Swamiji. Thank you for making this day special and memorable for all of us. It's indeed a great blessing to have you with us. Your words of wisdom, your affectionate interaction, and divine blessings for the children, it has definitely made the Sunday very, very memorable for all of us. So we'll now be concluding the session. We thank all the children to have adjusted their time to come and be with Swamiji today. Hope all of you had a great day, great time. And do not worry if you did not get a chance today. There will always be a next time with Swamiji. And we also thank all parents who constantly inspire and motivate their children throughout the week beyond the class hours and stay invested in the growth of their children to instill the right values and build the right characters. So with this, we will conclude the special session today. Wishing you all a great Sunday ahead. Thank you and Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe and thank you.